I can't cook anymore, but I still have memories, and I know how to bake bread. And I showed you that the other day. But now I have a whole new, plan. Always have a plan, right? And I have planned by buying a lot of my comfort foods from childhood, the ones I really enjoyed, like Campbell's chicken noodle soup. I really enjoyed that as a child, and you know what? I still do. It tastes good. So Campbell's chicken noodle soup, I have a lot of on hand. And, the old spaghetti and SpaghettiOs and Alphabet, whatever. Well, I bought them too. The problem with that can of food is it's half tomato sauce and thin, very thin sauce. So it's more like a soup. So I drain out most of the watery soup and I put it in a pan and heat it up. And it still comes out a little soupy. Very much water-based, right? So what are you buying? But it doesn't matter, you gotta eat and just take care of yourself. So I have this homemade bread that's easy for me to make because I have a bread machine to do all the work kneading it, and I can form a loaf to rise and then put in my oven. It's very easy when you have a history of doing the same thing over and over and over again. You will automatically remember it. So I think part of what's going on with me in losing my short-term memory and my sense of smell and my weakening condition in my gastro and my hands and feet, the multiple sclerosis, which is basically your spine and brain covering up in scar tissue. It started with a diagnosis of endometriosis when I was quite young. They said I was lucky I had Trevor when I was young because there was no more giving birth with all of the scar tissue in my body, and I had a hysterectomy. But these scar tissues just keep being the same old story with me. I had an MRI done in the 90s, 1990s with University of British Columbia, an MRI and CAT scans. And they said I had brain lesions. 7 brain lesions in the 90s. And then later on, they did another, and they said 7 more or 8 more or something. But they did not tell me I had They said it might be a form of MS, but they didn't diagnose it. So I looked it up. What are the symptoms? Yesterday, 66 years old now, and I have had a lifetime of chronic fatigue and weakness, but I kept going, because I didn't know. And I think a lot of our problems is being told we have this disease, and then we act it out. Because I know people who had MS, and they began to act sick right away. So, you have to take responsibility for your own body. And I do. I eat well. I gotta go and eat this before it gets cold. And I take what I need to feel okay. I use my tincture oil, CBD, and I use a muscle relaxant for pain. I have a lot of pain. And I have to use the muscle relaxant and oil and meditation. Hypnosis really relaxes my body. And the more I do self-hypnosis, relaxing my body the way it wants to relax, the more relaxed I feel. I also use Vicks Vapor Rub around my nose. It clears congestion. You don't want congestion. You have to clear congestion. And I smoke. And that's just because I know all about it. And how it's a natural plant and a poison blocker in my story. You can believe whatever you want. We're all entitled. I'm just sharing from my heart my own story here. And I want to bring happiness and comfort and joy, because that's who I am. A guy was mocking me earlier, being a smart aleck with me, mocking me, right? And I said to him, you're gonna wake up from your dream one day when you die, I was wondering, your life and the way you mock me and strangers and probably your kid's mother, mock, mock, mock. Is that what you want to wake up to? Yourself being such a jerk toward women? And what else are we doing here? Just because television made it appear normal, is it normal? Well, is it love? That's the question. Am I acting out of love or hate?